After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. Now, in the year 1973, the world still lies in the heart of this frigid period. The West and East engage in proxy wars to assert dominance, while spies and agents engage in shadowy dealings. And, with the threat of nuclear war, the world always feels close to doomsday. It's as if the whole world is holding their breath, waiting for someone to make the first wrong move.
Okay.
It's actually
Shed your
Peace
silly.
Walker that's the worst one.
Shed your silly, people.
No!
Well, hey guys, it's good to see everybody again. It's me.
Wait, are we recording?
Yes.
Hello.
I was trying so hard not to say it because I know it makes Stigma clam up a little bit.
The awkward introduction without doing an introduction.
There's no way around it, Stigma. I'm so sorry.
Yes, we've been 2 weeks, sorry. But we're here now. Hello. How's it been going, guys?
Well, it hasn't been 2 weeks for them. We just lost the 1 episode gap on them, so now they're caught up.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's good as long as we don't have another hiatus. We're okay.
There'll never be another hiatus.
I thought we had one episode. I thought we had 1 week off.
We had 1 week off, but remember, we were an episode ahead before, so they still had an episode last week. There was no gap for them.
Storytelling.
They're just now caught up, so if we fuck up again, then there will be a week
Oh
off.
no, that's still just a 1 week difference.
No, you're not understanding. What I'm saying is there has not yet been a week where an episode was not posted, is what I'm trying to tell you. So now episodes will be posted the next day after they're recorded. Does that make sense?
Unless we do a double session.
That'll never happen with Tan Homie. Come on. Get your head out.
That was the end of Havoc Moon. What are you talking about?
Well, you're right. We'll get one at the end of Good Trouble. At the very end.
We're getting one today.
That's true.
I didn't have said double session, I said longer session.
We almost had him. Anyway, enough doddering. Tan Hoodie, why don't you set the scene for us?
Well, Darnell, why don't you tell us what happened last time? Because that will very much...
Because this is still Darnell's job.
It is.
Yeah, you tried to pass it off to me, but this is your role.
It's almost like that's usually what the DM does, but it's fine. I've got you, babe. So last time on... the music. Okay. So last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Good Trouble, we were coming back from our mission where we weren't with Vasilii, and we met back up with him, and we had the goal of... we were trying to find the... what's his name? The guy with the 99 Luft balloons.
Yeah.
I put him in my notes. Yes, Eugene Nana. And when we went to find him, we ended up running into some cyborgs and 99 Luft balloons, so we fought them, and then Bats and Driver went off to try and go retrieve Eugene Nana's body after we knocked him out by taking out his stand. But on the way, Bats got ahead, and he was met up with by an old mafia contact who kidnapped him right as Driver was arriving and was like, if you want to come get him, go to New York. And then he fucked off.
You give him a new character and voice, I see.
I don't remember his voice or his
Apparently,
character.
I'm like the first person in years to land a hit on that guy, too.
Yeah, he was like, oh, you're the first person to hit me in years. And it was pretty intense, especially with how jokey we started off in the beginning. And now I believe...
That was one of the funniest sessions and one of the most tense.
For real.
Oh no, the frozen content is serious business.
So now I believe what we're doing is going back to Good Trouble HQ to plead our case for why we should be allowed to go rescue Bats.
Is that what we are doing? Is the rest of the party concur? Save Bats, who is MIA?
Well, my goal was immediately go to him, but I believe Dune written something.
No, I'm not going to go negotiate with it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
How against Driver's character would it be if, like, of all times now he was like, I don't negotiate with terrorists. I'm an American. It would be such a 180.
We're the foundation of our country.
It would definitely vote for
Italian-American solidarity? Who cares about that?
You have the opportunity to be super cringe, but also hilarious if you bust in when we go to save Bats and be like, immigrants, we get the job done. Like fucking Hamilton. Oh, but...
I think Vasilii would definitely vote to at least inform the Speedwagon Foundation of what's going on.
Well, maybe...
It's realistic.
Well, maybe here's a suggestion for you, because we have to decide this before we figure out what our scene is, because this one goes to decide the scene. Perhaps if you want a midpoint, you're calling them on the way to let them know what's going on and where you're going.
I would say, I think it makes, hear me out, why we should go. Because we're way closer to Good Trouble HQ than we are to New York, right?
Yeah.
So we would go there, we would be like, hey, I know Bats is a criminal and all, but he's our friend and he's proven to be a good worker. Let us rescue him and let us use company resources, like use Sergeant O to get there.
Go with you back to HQ, but only because that's the shortest way to New York.
Yeah, and then we're like, give us Sergeant O so we can tunnel over there and get his ass. And
how's it fast to get to Houston, then to New York?
We have a
from
stand
Germany?
that takes us to. We have literally a stand network that takes us there and back.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Where were we last time? Because that I don't
We're in
remember.
Berlin.
Okay, so we're in Berlin. So I guess realistically, it's technically faster to go to New York.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I know. Hang on. Give me one moment, real quick. There was no delays.
Time just skipped again.
Now you have to edit in
Boss.
Crimson sound effect now.
Nope. That's
Don't
UI
make
effort.
Darnell do video editing.
Yeah, come on. Do you think this is a high quality channel? I'm still using a USB mic.
We're recording a Discord conversation.
But yeah, Alcaz, I think maybe you should. Well, this is of course up to you, but I think maybe HQ would be a good starting point for the session, just sort of to set the scene rather than like let's run to New York.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like what should happen is you guys go and negotiate with them, but like Driver, he has agreed that he's going to do this mission, but he's doing it regardless of whether the Speedwagon Foundation approves or not.
I'm
He's
with
just like in the
that.
garage, stocking up on every piece of weaponry or equipment he can get.
I assume the logic is something along the lines of you have a lot of mobility, so because New York's a big city, so you go around, scope things out. We'll try to let HQ know and get over there with resources, but if they say no, we're going to say fuck them and come anyway and meet up with you.
We can do that.
Although this does mean I have to be alone with Vasilii, which is always a terrible situation.
I was waiting for the vibe, dude.
Oh, Dagger, I take a great offense.
Sorry, Darnell, can you say that again?
Although it does mean Chelsea has to be alone with Vasilii, which is always a terrible situation.
Dagger, I take great offense to this.
I can't help it. I don't know what it is. You just make me uncomfortable. I think it's because the first time we were on a mission together, I saw you do that fucked up face, and I can't get that out of my head. I don't know. It's creepy.
She thinks of that as your normal face.
Yeah, exactly. That was his first impression. And you know what they say? First impressions, matter or something.
Exactly. But
You
anyway,
know what
so,
they say.
You
so
know,
just to summarize, so we can enter the world of Jojo at some point. Driver, from what I understand, you're going straight to New York, right?
Yeah.
To get the place out. While these two go to HQ to go please.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's probably better we go in with these two first then, as they are going to the Good Trouble HQ.
Hang on. I'm putting a timestamp. I'm going to put in text so people can skip
Well
to
done.
here in the video if they want to just get to the Jojo part.
No, this is what they're here for.
If you skip the first part of this video,
I'll kill you.
yeah. You're missing the spirit of this show, which is chaos.
You know
So-
what? That's true. I'm not putting in the
Teng,
subtitle
Teng.
anymore.
Put in the thing, but make it wrong. Anyway, so yes, the elevator dings open, and the elevator music perhaps is a little too peaceful for you two's moods, as I presume you've sort of made your way here as fast as possible.
Of course.
So perhaps you're a bit bedraggled and leaning against the wall of the elevator.
I assume, to save time, instead of, a nice plane, we took, a shady fucking propeller plane from some Joe for, 50
Jerfo.
bucks. Yeah, from Jerfo, the German. And he flew us straight here.
We arrived at the speed of flight.
Yeah, it's a plane.
I think the first thing Chelsea does once they arrive is just immediately, power walk. She's stepping through. People are like, oh, welcome back, blah, blah. She doesn't care. She's going straight to...
Chelsea, welcome back.
She's going straight to Neil's office. She's like, excuse me, out of the way. Just going.
Okay, you get there pretty quickly. Is Vasilii following suit, or does he have his own ideals?
Vasili's hailing Chelsea. He could plow through himself, but he's happy to let her tank the social fallout from being
Social tank and social DPS.
Social tank, social DPS. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but I love it.
Alright, so you reach the door of Mr. Neil Speedwagon's office. You can see, like, he's got that frosted glass sort of door, so you can see that he's in there doing, like, documents and stuff. He's doing documents.
We're so good at narrating, guys. Neil, we need to speak with you immediately.
Okay, well, sure thing. You may want to open the door before you...
Neil, what's happened to your voice?
I've slammed open the door, like I gripped the doorknob and it did that thing.
So you open the door, so I thought you were just talking through it. Like,
No, I open the door, boom, and it flies open. And I go, Neil, we need to talk. Now. No, Chelsea.
You broke my
No,
door.
Vasilii.
He's behind me.
What's going on? Why are you kicking the door in?
It's like that one Ace Vane video about World War III. hey, you know them doors were unlocked, right?
For the love of God, what are you doing?
Wait, we had Eugene Nana with us, right?
You did.
Okay. Yeah, I toss Eugene on the ground in a pile, and I say, here's 99 Luft Balloons user, but that's not important right now. What's important...
That was your mission, wasn't it?
Listen, Neil. Listen to me, Neil. Bats was kidnapped and taken to New York, and we need resources to go help him.
Taken by whom?
Fuck, the only guy who saw it is not here. Do we know? Did you tell us what happened?
What?
Yeah,
What
I
did
told you
drivers
guys,
tell
it was the Mafia.
It was the Mafia. They grabbed him. They said if we wanted to find him, we had to go to New York. We already sent Driver over to scout the place out, but we need Sergeant O, and we need any resources you can give us to help find him.
Like, infuriatingly slowly sort of leans over his desk. Let me make sure I understand this correctly. They kidnapped Christopher, and then told you where to go to rescue him. Oh, fuck. I mean, bats. So he does seem a little bit surprised as well. He sort of pats his forehead with a handkerchief.
Look, you know as well as I do, Neil, I've been here long enough. I get it. It's probably a trap, but he's too important.
Trap.
We can't lose him. It's worth the risk.
His balls are far too valuable to lose.
That's not funny. He's in danger.
It's a little funny.
What is the joke? And he seems like
It's
confused.
testicles, man.
That is his stand ability.
Ignore Vasilii, sir. I think he came out of a
I
cave.
do. It's company policy.
It's in writing when you sign on. No, but seriously, Sergeant O, whatever you can give us, any intel you have, the Mafia in New York, please. He's important to our team.
I understand this, and I want to help as well, but you must understand, if this is a trap, and it is a trap, let's be clear on this, and I send, let's say, Sergeant O, let's say we send some of our technology with you, and the trap is sprung, and we lose Sergeant O, our operation is crippled. Permanently, perhaps. There are very few transport stands as convenient as his. When we do send them out, we do so in a situation where we have gathered intelligence, where we know what to expect. In this situation, we don't even know where in New York we're looking. The whole city? You're going to search building by building?
She's starting to sweat a little bit because she knows he's making good points, and she's like, we sent Driver ahead of time. He's going to scout. He's familiar with the Mafia as well. He'll be able to find leads. Look, I know I'm asking a lot right now, but I'll do anything if you help us with this. I don't care what it is you want. I'll make it happen. You know I'm good for it.
He does a more stressed Gendo pose over the desk as he's considering sort of thumping his thumbs against his temples.
Think about it. I'm giving you a free ticket for whatever you need me to do. No holds barred. Just help us with this.
I'll give you O. I'll give you O for transport once you know where he's located. He won't go with you right now, but you get in contact once you know where Bats is, and I will send O out, and he will get you there. That's what I can offer. That's what I can offer. I have people I have to answer to as well. That's what I can offer.
Okay. Then, is there anyone we can take with us? Maybe Armstrong? Do you have any fancy new gadgets that might
His name is Masterson, by the way. I don't know why you keep calling him Armstrong.
I just get this weird vibe from him that he seems like an Armstrong. You know what I mean?
He has strong arms, I'll give you that.
He does. Masterson. Can we bring Masterson with us? Do we have anyone else on hand? Do you have any fancy gadgets that might help us?
Okay. You seem to be trying to get more resources out of me than what I just said. I'd give you what. Fine, Masterson. We can lose Masterson. But don't tell him I said that.
God damn. Okay. Thank you, Neil. And I put my hand on his shoulder. I mean that sincerely. I'll go call Driver, and as soon as he knows where he's at, we'll let you know and we'll get this thing moving.
Very well.
Yes, Vasilii salutes and he says, "Worry not. We won't let you down."
Before you go, I don't know if it's my business to say, but if it is the Mafia that has him, perhaps you should know a little bit about his history with them.
It's not a bad idea. What should we know?
Awkward. I don't know how much he'd be willing for me to say, but if it helps save his life, I suppose. Has Bat told you about his former occupation at all?
Before you get into this, should we change the music?
I was going to say,
He doesn't flinch at genocide.
Says when you chose this song.
Well, this is just sort of standard HQ music. I've got 3 HQ.
Usually, we're having a good time at HQ.
Okay, well now.
No, a little bit, yeah. No, he hasn't. Why?
I'll tell you a little bit about it. That should, I don't know, maybe it'll help find him. It's hard to say. There's a little too high intensity out there.
Yeah, you want something more slow and suspenseful.
Danny, you okay?
Sorry. I didn't plan for this when I was putting together the OST. But, at any rate, has he told you about his former occupation when he was working in New York?
No, I just know he was with the Mafia. That's about it.
I don't imagine it's much of a surprise, but his work involved wet work, let's say.
Killing people?
Yes.
So
don't you get judgy, because I know you've killed people.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I've
so
told
what?
you to kill people.
We've all killed people.
I'm not a fucking judge. I'm not handing down the sentence. I'm just telling you what happened.
All right. So he killed people. How does that factor into what we might need to know to get him?
Well, let me continue. There are more sentences to come in the paragraph.
I understand that. I was just having a conversation with you. You know, where two people interact and...
I know.
3 people.
I know.
Neil, you don't get out a lot from that desk, do you? We'll have to take you drinking sometime.
Do you understand how much paperwork this rescue operation is going to take? I'm not the one putting me at the desk.
Then we'll treat you after. Come on, buddy. Hey,
Anyway,
it's me.
Bats Hitman. He worked in New York for a mafia family, the Preslonis.
I should write that down.
Until, unfortunately, rumors arose that he was an informant. As far as we know, not true. And as these organizations do, they very quickly turned on him. And he very quickly turned on them in return. Went a little bit revenge film on the individuals in question, and sort of wrecked shop on the way out. We recruited him shortly after under a protective sort of capability. So it's pretty likely that whoever has him at this point is from the Presley family and most likely fucking hates him. So I don't imagine he's going to have a nice time.
I see where you're coming from. All the more reason we need to find him sooner rather than later, though.
Well, what do you do in my office then?
Good point. And I'll exit and place a call out to Driver.
Right. Okay. So, Driver, I imagine you're still on your way to New York right now.
Yeah, I guess. I think you're the one who decides that.
Oh, actually, you didn't have a mobile phone back then, so that doesn't really work. Let's say you've recently arrived at New York in like a hotel room or something.
Yeah, sure.
So just so there's somewhere you can pick up this fucking phone call.
Oh, that's a good point. Do I even have a number to call? Maybe we have like a place in New York.
Yeah.
A safe house.
So yeah, the phone, the hotel phone goes. Beep, 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 beep.
It's probably a spam call. I don't answer it.
In the 70s?
I'm kidding. I answer it. I answer it. Yeah.
Hello, this is your insurance company. We'd like you to
Insurance
know that your
company.
card
Yes.
has been used in Berlin, Germany. Oh, I'm kidding. It's me, Chelsea. Listen, we talked to Neil. He agreed to let us take Sergeant O and Masterson. But
Oh, I roll my eyes when you say Masterson.
look, hey, I get it. That guy's a total tool, but the more hands on deck for this, the better. Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
he said he won't lend us what we need until you find where he's at. He gave us a little bit of info on what Slugger used to do, what he was up to back when he worked with the Prizzonis. If that name rings a bell, I know you said you weren't in the same mafia family as him, but if you know anything about them, apparently he used to do wet work for them, but some rumors spread that he was going to turncoat, so they turned on him, and then he kind of went crazy on the way out, and then left them to join with Good Trouble. If that gives you any clues as to where they might be holding him, all I know is Neil said they probably aren't going to be very gentle with him.
All right, I'll see what I can do with that info.
All right, and as soon as you find him, please let us know, and we'll be there right away.
Oh, yeah, sure. I might take a break beforehand, actually.
Wait, what?
Just no. Never mind.
All right. Anyway, I guess that's everything. Oh, and be careful out there. A lot of people in New York. And I hang up the call.
In the background, Silly feels slightly hurt that it wasn't on speakerphone.
Did I not say I put it on speaker? That's what I meant to say.
No. I think it's funny if it wasn't. If it
I'm
wasn't.
so sorry. I
What did you say?
hang up the phone. I turn to Vasilii and I said, "He says he loves you too."
But when did I say? When did I tell him I loved him?
I think he understood.
Interesting.
What? Are all of us doing okay? I feel like something's wrong with all of us.
No,
today.
my jokes are just not landing.
You
It's
all got
fine.
concussion from when that cyborg blew up last episode.
My comedy is not landing. We'll move past it. I assume we're flashing over to Jack while he scours the entirety of New York.
So, Jack, yes. So you've got a hotel room, you've got a city, you've got a missing baseball aficionado. How do you open?
That is a good question. I imagine I can start looking into my contacts from old mafias I used to work with and see what I can get out of that.
Okay, so a lot of people you work with aren't in town at the moment. Some of them have moved on, some of them are in prison. One individual you have worked with in the past, he's sort of been a guy who hands out jobs on behalf of the organizations. He doesn't seem to be operating officially with the mafia anymore, but he has opened a diner in the city that is open. So you could
Yeah, I'll go over there.
So you head to the diner of Bruce Boyd Marksy. That's his name, Bruce Boyd Marksy. So yeah, you head. It's a
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry about it.
yeah, no worries. So yeah, it's a little sort of classical diner here. That's classical. I mean, 60s diner. It's got the waitresses. It's got the sort of booths as you walk in. The big guy behind the counter with a mustache goes, "Who that I see there? Is that my old little man?
What's this guy's name again?
It's me, Bruce Boy Moxie."
Hey, Bruce! I reach over to
here.
give him a hug.
He gives you a massive hug.
It's good to see you again. I just wish it was on good business, though.
Oh, you telling me? I thought you was dead. What happened?
Got a new employer, had to move out of town.
Oh, it sucks, man. I got a new employer as well. I work for myself now. Can you believe it? I make ice cream sundaes all day.
Yeah, a real self-made man, huh?
Exactly. With all that, with all the money made from the illegalities, I managed to set up this nice little diner. What can I get you? Bacon and eggs.
Yeah, sure, I'll take that.
I noticed from your face you're surprised I speak about this openly. Because I don't give a shit.
All right, fair enough.
This is exactly what I have in mind, by the way. Obi-Wan!
Obi-Wan!
I can tell it was what you were going for.
I got you, fan. Don't worry.
I can't see it. Is it the guy from episode 3?
Yeah, episode 2.
Or
Yeah.
episode 2,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dexter Jetster.
Yeah, there he is.
What can I get you? Steak and eggs, bacon and eggs and eggs. You know, I make a mean fucking egg.
I'll take some eggs, but
Good
I was
choice.
wondering if you
Sorry.
could help me with a little bit of information.
Oh, eggs and intel, my favorite dish. I'll be right with you. Take the booth in the back.
I head over there.
He returns in after he puts a plate of fried eggs in front of you. It's far too many. So, what kind of intel are we talking about?
Hang on again.
Hang on again. I don't know this organization. Can you give me some more additional context?
All right, I'm back again.
So, what kind of side dish are we looking for with our eggs?
You hear anything about the Prisonis recently?
Oh, the mighty have fallen. That's what I would have told you a year ago, but ever since the little brother Eduardo came back from overseas, they started rebuilding. It's looking pretty good for them. Pretty bad for everyone else, of course, because they don't play nice.
I imagine they've been making any power plays over here in New York.
Oh, power play after power play, my friend. You know, at first I was pretty happy remaining in my former occupation, but you know, when I smell the wind changing, suddenly eggs seem like a good new recourse, if you understand me.
Yeah, I getcha. Listen, one of my co-workers has been abducted by the Prisonis, and I'm trying to look into where they might have been taken.
Oh, I know about that. Oh, I'm sorry, guy. Your buddy's fucked.
Can you help me find where his body would be then?
I said fucked. I never said dead.
All right then.
Eduardo Prizzoni, he's got a little bit of a reputation. You know, let's say he went overseas because certain activities attract less attention in certain other countries, if you understand what I mean. There's a sort of level of carnage that is not socially acceptable where we are currently situated.
You mean he was learning torture techniques?
I'd say he was probably teaching them, my friend.
Oh.
He's a sick fuck, if you catch my drift.
I'll bet.
So now that all the other leaders of the Prisonis are gone, he's come back, he's taken charge. And
Anyone who goes against him gets the revolver ocelot treatment?
I don't know what that means, but probably.
Alright.
I
Listen.
have to say I haven't. Oh, please
Oh.
go ahead.
Listen, it's important that I find this guy. Anything you can tell me would be a big help, and I'll double the usual fee.
Well, you know, money doesn't put eggs on the table.
I mean,
It's,
actually, it does.
Who said puts?
I mean, I'm just saying the voice of God says it does. Objectively.
I'm sorry, this place is haunted. I got it as a discount. Ghosts everywhere. They ruin the flavors.
I imagine it makes for a good attraction, at least.
Yeah, but that's not the vibe I'm going for.
My haunted eggs and my haunted eggs and intel time.
Shut up, ghost!
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'll mute. Can't
You
stop
can
myself.
hear it. You can hear the ghosts apologizing. It's because they're dead. They're sad about it. Whatever. What I was saying is, in my line of work, which you may be getting the sense that is not. I have not made the full transition to diner manager yet. Little nuggets of information are perhaps more valuable than little coins and little dollars. If you catch my meaning, my friend.
Absolutely.
So if I were to tell you something that you want to know, what kind of thing could you perhaps offer me as a good friend and colleague?
What sort of information would you be looking for these days?
Well, I have been wondering where my good friend disappeared to, so maybe you could tell me a little something about your adventures, or lack thereof. I don't know. I don't know what your life's like.
You ever hear of Good Trouble?
No.
It's a bit of a secret organization by a certain company called the Speedwagon Foundation. They've been getting into... the point of them is to investigate matters of the supernatural and prevent either of the world powers, east or west, from gaining control of them and shifting the tide of the war.
That's so. That's some pretty fucking sci-fi premise, my guy. You working with what's this called, the James Bonds. You working with him.
Someone like him, yeah. I've even got my own queue.
I don't know what that means. I don't keep up with the franchise, but
That's fair.
The ghosts. You see the died of plague. You can hear them even now.
I'm getting a cough drop. Yeah, if anyone should believe the supernatural, it should be him. He's got ghosts.
You see the ranting about the ghosts. The ghosts, they're restless.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What I was going to tell you, because you gave me something nice and juicy there, a nice juicy bit of steak, and now I'm going to give you a mini fillet, my friend. So, a couple of weeks ago, guy shows up in town, big guy, big hair, got like a mane of hair, he's black hair. I think he's from like Iran or something, but he's a big guy. He's got some weird magic shit, like shoots electricity all over the place. I don't know. You know this guy?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, well, he goes to the Prisonis. He goes to Mr. Eduardo, and he says, I know where I can find old Christopher who fucked you over. Give me some money, I'll go get him for you. Eduardo says, he mumbles because he's a bit of a weird guy. He's not good with social cues, but eventually he sort of hires this guy. He says, go ahead, go get him. He goes somewhere overseas, comes back. He's got all unlucky Christopher, and he hands him over to Eduardo. So I would say wherever Mr. Eddie is, you're going to find sad little Chris man. Christmas, even.
All right. You know any of Eddie's hangout spots?
Well, I don't know where he hangs out. I know where he fucking lives, though.
That's even better.
Well, he's got whole apartment complex full of his guys. They took it over. They kicked everyone out. The landlords as well. So you know them. There's a prominent fucking family, my guy. I say kicked out. I don't mean like they stormed out at gunpoint. I mean they raised the rent. They did all sorts of bullshit. You know, look at my second name. I won't say anything, but I've got certain political views. Okay, but we'll move on. So it's the Heart Building. I wouldn't recommend going there because they will put bullets inside your body using guns, but maybe get some binoculars, maybe take a look-see, maybe see if they've posted your little friends' limbs and heads and whatnot all over the building. Who knows?
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Thanks, man.
Well, I'd say it's a bad idea, but it's what you want to do, so...
This conversation's so much funnier when the whole time I'm listening to it, I'm looking at the fucking Star Wars picture of the guy, just imagining it coming from his mouth.
These comedian Owens, they cloned Chris. The cloners.
All right, well, I'll come check in on you if I'm still alive at the end of the day.
You haven't touched your eggs, by the way. Something wrong with them?
Oh no, sorry, I was focusing on the conversation. I was always told that it's
context.
rude to talk while eating.
Yeah, I get you. You gonna eat them now, or
Yeah, I'll eat them, and I eat the
Okay.
eggs.
he watches intently, making sure.
Like specifically looking into your facial expressions to see how good they are.
How
Do I
good are
do-
they, Tan?
And they're all right.
Yeah, I like them.
What do you like about them?
You have to eat all of the eggs.
Insecure former mobster. I love that he's insecure about the simplest dish.
I look at him and I say, "You're not feeling insecure about the eggs, are you?"
Very much so. What do you like about them?
They're very eggy.
Okay. I'll see you later.
All right, see.
Don't come talk to me again if that's all
His
you have to say
fucking
about my
voice
eggs.
changed too.
Yeah, you broke his heart. He's like,
No, it was just serious. This is true
complimented
passion.
him.
I put a little pep on them and you didn't even say nothing about it.
He wipes a single tear as he goes back to the kitchen.
Why do I even bother with the seasoning? Poor guy.
But yes. So we fade out from this diner where you've just
I'm
received.
glad
this
we spent time on that.
I'm absolutely glad. This was
I'm
not
glad
part
we
of my
revealed
planning
our
at all.
entire organization to this guy.
He's just-
He's just gonna show up and they'll be like, how does he know about us? What's going on? He's like, do you like my eggs? I need to know if you like my eggs.
He's gonna use it as leverage to become the caterer for our organization.
That would be splendid.
But we do fade in now. Bats, your head has felt better days. It's like you've been electrified and beaten across the head with some manner of heavy objects. You slowly come to, you're strapped to a chair in a big room. There's just a single flickering light above. And beneath your feet, it's weird, but you can feel grass rather than like tile flooring or anything like that. Not a carpet, like actual like organic grass and dirt. But you're definitely indoors. And your head aches, but so does the rest of your body, of course.
Jesus Christ. Man, a fucking baseball stadium? Something, a ballpark? What the fuck? And I try to wiggle my hands in a way to see how tight I'm bound to this chair.
It's very tight. Yes, it's like thick, sort of like sturdy rope. And as you do struggle, you feel a hand land on your shoulder from behind. I wouldn't do that if I were you, man. Says a voice.
Do I recognize this voice?
You do recognize his voice. This is a person you worked with several times. It's who was previously a fellow hitman, Davide Gray, he's called. So he was someone in a similar sort of position to you.
That Gray. What? All right, where the hell am I? I mean, I got an idea, but fuck. And I try to summon the Clash. Do I have enough stando power right now, or
Your stando power is so drained.
it's my meter's depleted? I can't get
It's like what
anything out.
Calder after was like shrinking us. I was like, it's taking so much stand power.
Ugh.
He comes out, it's like all watery and sad.
Grace, hey you.
Who else would it be? Can't believe they got you caught. I figured they would never see you again. He
Yeah,
sort
but you
of,
came a long ass way from New York.
Well, I don't know anything about that. My job is to make sure you stay put this time. And you can sort of see him. He's a guy with slicked black hair, a goatee, got a leather jacket on. He's got these very sort of dead, tired-looking eyes.
You've seen better days.
You know that's a fucking lie, dude.
Ugh. Oh, who got me? Come on. I know there's at least 3 of you looking for me out there.
Rizzoni's, man, you fucked up. Eduardo's on his way now. Remember the guy from overseas?
Eduardo? Prizzoni?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
brother?
The brother.
Oh, come on. You're not going to do me like this. You always liked me. We used to go get dinner after some of the jobs? Drinking the wine. Glad.
Christopher, he pats you on the shoulder. You're already done.
Come on, man,
As
please.
he says that,
See
the
what this guy
doors
does.
the doors to the room open, and you're flooded with sort of like unwelcome light for a moment as a man steps in. You've never met Eduardo Prezzoni, but you can tell this is probably him. It's an older man. He's got like frizzy white hair. He's the younger brother, but neither of the brothers were very young in the first place. He's got a blue tracksuit and a big black coat with a big white fur collar. And he looks at you, he sort of adjusts these sunglasses, pulls them down to look, and goes, "Oh, wow! Jeez Louise, is that old Christopher? I've never met him before, but I was shown a photograph of your face, and it's a remarkable likeness. Oh, man." He's got a bizarre fucking voice.
What
I
the
just-
fuck?
I'm
This
just
was
staring
not
at
what
him.
I was expecting.
Is that the choice you decided to make, Tan? Because you can still walk it back.
No, it's the choice. This is what it sounds like.
All right. No.
I look once over to Gray and I kind of like shake my head again, pleading at him like, this guy's fucking crazy. I know, I've heard stories about him. I know what he does to people.
Why does he talk like
Patrick.
Michael Jackson, kind of?
He pats you on the shoulder again and sort of goes, "Sorry, my friend." And as he's leading to like tighten your bonds, you hear him go, "No, nothing anyone can do right now. Hang in there, man." And then he splits his head back up and walks out past Eduardo. "Oh, wow. Well, you know Mr. Davide? That's just... Oh, I'm really happy to see that you're back. When I heard that my brother had died because of you killing him, oh, I was real sad. Have you had a drink? Are you thirsty? Is there a dryness to your throat? Do you feel like your lungs will perhaps flake off into other materials? Are you okay?"
I'm not drinking anything you're giving me.
Well, why are you being so mean and tense? I don't like that. No, not one bit.
First of all, I've heard about you, okay? I know what the fuck you do to people. I'm not gonna be here sitting all smiles. Please, just give me an out. That shit was years ago. I'm a different man. You know I didn't do anything. You know I wouldn't sit.
You didn't do
You
anything.
weren't there.
Well, I've heard accurate reports from the people who were there. And from what I understand, there are a lot of people now who are not here because you were there. Am I understanding that correctly, my Garfield chum?
I'm not gonna try to rap my way out of this, but can't you work me a deal or something?
A deal? He wants a deal. That's wild. Is that what they said to you when they recruited you as an informant? Is that let's make a deal, perhaps something along those lines?
I was never an informant. Who got caught because of me?
Sorry, I didn't mean that. Let's take it down a notch because you're all sweaty and I don't like that at all. Okay, so I'm gonna set your expectations, okay? So that we're not sitting there going, "Please don't." Oh, my intention is to make you die in a very awful way very soon. Not right now though, so don't worry, okay? But
Yeah.
in the meantime, you look so sad in that chair, so I'm going to untie you now. If you try anything though, that timeline is going to be moved up quite drastically, so don't try anything, okay? You promise me? I'll
I
put your
promise.
fucking eyes out if you don't promise me, okay?
I promise, man.
Okay. Okay. Chill out, don't panic. I don't like that. So, okay. And
Yeah,
he sort of waves his arms. King Creole, if you could chew off his ropes, please, without eating him. I would appreciate that, my stand. And you see the lights that came in through the door, a massive shadow falls over you from behind that. And it's a massive stand that seems to have just emerged. It's like a HR Geiger nightmare, like an upright slug composed of black leather, but with like a belly burst open, with dozens of red skeletal arms reaching
You
out.
said
and grasping
HR
the air.
Giger, so that means there's a penis involved here, right?
It's vaguely phallic.
Yeah, vaguely.
And those red skeletal arms just sort of claw at your ropes and get them off, while also like scratching at your arms a little bit in the process.
Yeah, Bats is kind of stunned here at this terrifying image. He's not going to try anything. He kind of gets up hesitantly and inches away from the slug.
As you do it, like he slings an arm over his shoulder from behind Eduardo. You seem to know me. So do you know my stand? Have you heard about what King Creole can do, my friend?
No, you're gonna tell me what your stand does?
Wow, yeah, I am actually, because I feel like it will be educational for you. And I always wanted to be a school teacher, you understand, until the murders. But King Creole, essentially, once it injures you, as it has just done, as I'm sure you're aware from those little scratches on your arms, until I decided you are unable to die.
Unable to die?
Well, yeah, I could take your head off, and you'd still go, oh, no! Not good!
Yeah, I get the concept.
Yeah, so... Like I said, when I said I was going to make you perish in the worst way imaginable, that's in the far future, when I feel like it. You understand?
I'm understanding, and I'm assuming you're gonna, beat the fuck out of me and torture me up until you want me to die, and then I'll die.
You're getting it. You're a smart cookie. I like you. Not enough not to brutalize you, but you understand.
Yeah, I think I get the idea.
Well, swell. I heard that you've been. I was really surprised when I found you've been in Berlin. You've been hiding out in Berlin. What's going on here, pal?
I wasn't hiding. Look, I do
You call me a
work
fucking
now.
liar?
I'm not lying. I do important work. I wasn't in Berlin. I was in Berlin and also Russia and all these types of...
What the HECK are you talking about? Important work. My Iranian friend said he found you hiding out in a hotel. There's no important work. You smacking on some honeys, as he said.
I'm not gonna justify what I do to you, Eduardo.
What do you do to me? What do you mean by
what
that?
I do to you?
To
I'm
me?
not justifying what I do to you. You fucking hate me. You're going to torture me either way. There's no way out of this for me.
What do you mean by that, pal?
What?
You gonna do something to me? You gonna fucking stab me with a knife? You gonna fucking skin
no
me?
wonder you're not a school teacher. I said I'm justifying what I'm going to do.
And as you say that, he takes out a knife and stabs it towards your stomach. Do you want to... how do you proceed? Would you like to do something, or...?
I'm gonna tank this one.
You tank it, as his stand indicates you will not die from this, but it does fucking hurt still.
At least I'm not gonna die, right?
That's right. I'm sorry. We had a communication meltdown there. I didn't like that. But we're going to reset. We're going to chill out. And I'm going to take you on a guided tour of the new Prizzoni family holdings. Isn't that swell? And then we're going to go do the thing where I mentioned were the most horrible fates. Okay, let's go. And his arm still slanging on your shoulder. He leads you out of this room to places that we can only conclude are not much better. As we swoosh back as Chelsea and Vasilii, I imagine you are now arriving at New York, unless you want a road trip arc.
Did we get the location of where he's at? So we have the thing.
Yeah, I told you.
All right, cool. So, as before they left, Chelsea, by the way, stopped by like the bathroom and put something in her coat for reference. And when we arrive, the first thing I'm doing for like is driver already there at the spot?
I would assume so.
Okay, so you like outside the building, like across the street, because
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm gonna be hiding out in a building across the street. Like if there's a hotel, I'll rent a room there and
There's
stay
endless
there.
hotels.
So I step in and I'm holding a bag of things from HQ, and I toss it to him, and it's just filled with like food, because I assumed he hadn't eaten until now. Probably, I imagine he was tirelessly searching all of New York City. Indeed.
So many eggs.
But yeah, I jab a finger back towards Vasilii and Masterson, and I'm like, all right, I brought the boys. What do you know? What's our in?
There's a guy named Eduardo. Apparently, he's a real mastermind of torture. Across the street is where he lives. I'm thinking we can tail him back to where they'd be keeping bats.
They're torturing him in there?
Probably. And I don't know if it's in there specifically. We still need to... Like I said, I was planning to tail him back to bats.
I sort of clench a fist in anger, and I look at the building. What is this building? Is it like a skyscraper that looks guarded? Is it just like an unassuming business? Is it
It's like an apartment complex. Not like a huge apartment complex, but pretty sizable. It's like you notice a few people who are not like in any sort of uniforms or holding weapons, but you can tell from your training and the way they're sort of positioned that these are guards, these are lookouts.
Alright, so we're looking to tail in Eduardo to try and find our boy. Are we going in quiet or are we going in loud?
We'd probably be better to go in quiet, else they could use him as a hostage against us.
Any leads on how we accomplish that?
Not
I
yet.
have an idea.
What you got?
And I think I'd have to roll for this. But, Vasilii taps fade into you and the male line of his ancestor. Well, actually, no, it doesn't make any sense. Never mind.
My ancestor,
Hold on.
Eduardo!
I want to hear this. Where was where was the line of thought going?
Well, Vasilii was gambling that
Simply use your ability on the eggs and turn them back into dinosaurs.
perhaps one of his ancestors might resemble someone vaguely Italian.
How? You were
What?
I only say how
Remember-
because you were explicitly clear about the lengthy Chinese history of your ancestors.
You see, that's why he thought about it. Then he realized, no, that would not make any sense. It would not
I
work.
mean, so I've seen like fat Italian guys who've been
Oh my
mistaken Chinese before.
In
Where
that
are we going
case,
with this?
let's try it. Let's try it.
So now the objective is to become like...
So
fat.
just looking vaguely Italian will be enough to get you into the mafia hideout, is what you're telling me?
This is the thinking, I imagine.
Well, that's step one. You're not walking.
Because if we're
in there-
going with that, we don't even need you to do that. We could just have...
Hey, you're
we
not
could
allowed...
just...
Oh, I see you from the homeland.
Driver could just do that, but I still don't know if that's exactly a good plan. We already have an Italian.
That had not occurred to me. I forgot Driver was Italian. He rarely mentions it.
For what it's worth, Driver, put a hand on his shoulder. I didn't forget you were Italian.
That's not really important right now. I'm not really concerned about that. What's happening?
And, okay, look, we need to stop goofing off.
That's
Seriously,
surely figure out
if
that
you
my
don't
friends
know a
will be
way
there
that we
any
can get
moment.
in quietly, I know a way we can get in loud, but it's going to cause a lot of trouble. Now, I want to do this the right way. I want to get bats in, I want to get him out, and I don't want anyone to be the wiser. But if our friend is being tortured in there and might die, and we're running the clock and we can't find anything, then I'm going to go in guns blazing. So we got to think of something fast.
Actually, that might not be the worst idea. If you and Vasilii want to go in guns blazing, and you can take that guy with you, and I gesture vaguely at Masterson or whatever his name is.
Aha, you noticed I was here. Well done. No one else noticed my presence.
I introduced you.
No, you didn't.
I said I brought the boys, plural, with me.
I was hiding inside the bag with all the food.
No, you weren't. You're... I slap him.
I was.
Shut up.
Ah, my cheeks.
Anyways,
Hello, I am here.
Okay. Well,
if you want to create a diversion for me, that would make it easier for me to slip in and locate him.
that would be perfect. And I know exactly how to do that. All I need from you...
You will incite a race riot?
What?
What is it with you and race today?
Don't ask him that question.
What do you mean by this, Vasilii? I don't understand.
That stunlocked me, sorry.
How would that serve our purpose?
It would be very distracting.
We must rescue our comrade cats at any cost.
So basically, we're going to make a big noise, and then you're going to slip in while they're distracted. That works for me. Can you give me the name of a rival mafia that the Prisonis would hate that I could pretend to be?
Tan, can you give me the name of a rival mafia?
I don't know, can I?
The Stragolis.
Yeah, the Strigoli's gone.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah, the Stragolis.
Give me not even an
I
hour.
loathe Strigoli's. I hate them.
Don't worry. I'm going to go loud. So loud they can't ignore it. And Tanhoney, I've looked this up. I would like to go to Calvary Cemetery.
You bring it in real... Sure. Where is that?
It's the largest graveyard in New York City.
Okay.
And I am going... It has about 3 million...
Planning has been going on.
It has about 3 million burials. Now, probably not in the 70s, and I obviously, I'm not going to spend forever getting every single one. But effectively what I'm doing is I walk through the cemetery, and I start sprouting up, like, bones. I'm gathering a whole lot of bones.
Ezekiel got them dry bones. Ezekiel got them dry bones.
And what I'm going to do is I'm essentially, as large as I can make it, going to instruct a bone kaiju that we can sit in, and I'm literally going to rush the building.
Isn't that more of a mecha than a kaiju?
Yes, a bone mech.
It's the same genre.
Okay. So I'm not going to stop you from making the kaiju because this is within your power set somehow. But we'll do sort of a slide and zilla roll to determine how good the kaiju is.
Sure. I would like to point out, though, that I do have prep time to make sure it's somewhat good.
I'll give you advantage for that.
Okay, what do you want me to roll for bone mecha?
I'm
You
trying to
should
think.
probably spend some luck if you have it, too.
Absolutely. I'll also spend 2 luck ahead to give myself a secondary advantage.
I would say...
Maybe overkill? Probably overkill?
Yeah, so you're going to make a couple of rolls. You're going to roll overkill.
Okay. So that one I have 2...
Finesse,
Okay.
and then you're going to roll maneuver. No finesse even, sorry.
Okay, so
And these are the determine,
overkill
stats
gets
for the kaiju.
So overkill gets 2 advantages because I'm spending luck on that. So
Yeah, all of
overkill,
these have... Yeah, and the rest just have 1 advantage from the luck. From
power
the,
and menacing. So that will be 8d6 from me. Okay. So 3 or higher is a success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 dice successes on the overkill.
Okay, you got overkill of 6 here.
Alright, and then what's next? You said protect?
Yeah, so these are determining like how strong, how sturdy, and how fast it's going to be.
Speed and durability. Do I have any advantages on this one?
You have the 1 from the prep time.
Alright, so 4 or higher. So that one has 1, 2, 3. Only 3 on protect.
Okay.
And then finesse. So that is speed and precision. 4 higher.
I don't know how you're going to
1,
hide
2,
this
3,
to the
4.
authorities, by the way.
Alright, so 6 overkill, 3 protect, and 4 finesse.
Okay, so are the rest of you here to like observe this, or you just sort of?
Don't act like the cops would care, do anything
I feel
about
like people
this.
would
We know how
notice.
cops.
It's
We
like
know
people-
how
No.
cops act.
People will notice. The news will notice. This will get attention. It will be unignorable, and that is the point.
Okay, so is anyone else here for this, or is it just Chelsea splitting?
I know. I'm just making
bringing-
a joke about cops not helping.
I'm bringing Masterson with me, and I leave it up to you, Regent, if you want to come with me or if you want to sneak in with Jack.
It would be better if you went with her.
I do like a bone kaiju mecha.
Okay, so as you and
I
Masterson
have
are
a quick
watching
question.
Vasilii,
What does Masterson's stand actually do again?
It just makes things explode in the smaller parts. Like
Oh,
he puts a
right.
fuse
Oh,
on
it's
something
popping
and it goes
itself.
down and then it explodes.
into copies.
Yeah. So, like, in theory, you can make a bunch of smaller bone mechs, but we're not going to do that.
They're not smaller necessarily,
Then should we do that?
but the only one will be like actually under your control. The others will be like just corpse dolls.
Okay, so we
I
shouldn't
don't
do
see a
that.
problem. I don't see a problem.
Because what we could do is I could bust him with the mech, slam into the building, then he explodes it, and just utterly level this whole fucking apartment complex.
Man, you don't go with that city because you could just like crush him.
Yeah, that's true. Alright. Anyway, so I imagine how it's constructed is it's like these big legs, big arms, and then like the torso center, rather than like having a proper mech, like, you know, torso, head, etc., it's like an orb, and then like the top part of that, there's a little opening where we can see through, but it's like a mostly closed orb, like a Pac-Man structure, and we're sitting inside of that.
Egans! Such a crime against humanity!
Like a
I
big
love
Mike
it.
Wazowski made of bone. That's what you should be imagining.
Mike was but, ma'am, how surely good trouble will suffer as a result of our actions? Were we meant to be subtle?
Look, I have a plan for this.
Okay,
Um,
what is it?
now that I've constructed it,
I've got it.
Ma'am, civilians are beginning to notice.
I've got
A young
the
child
perfect
out there.
idea.
shut up, Regent's got it! Didn't you hear him? Thank you, Regent.
I'm sorry, Regent.
All we have to do to avoid getting the negative cred for this is paint a hammer and sickle on the front and blame the Soviets for it.
You could start a nuclear. That's an awful idea.
That's
you
a-
could start a nuclear war.
You do realize
by
we're
doing
in
that.
the Cold War, right?
It's
Does
the
it have
sort
to
of
be
thing
cold?
those filthy Reds would do.
Exactly.
You're gonna start a
We
nuclear
can't let them
war.
get away with creating a corpse doll.
No, here's what we're gonna do. Alright? I have high... No, I don't have enough luck to do a forget. Okay.
You are high.
No.
It was not the time.
Shut up, Masterson! Masterson, you have an important job while we're
I'm
inside
working
the
for
orb.
free here, to be frank. So
I need
treat
you
me a little more
to
nicely.
contact a film crew to show up on the scene so that we can pretend this was all for a movie.
You want me to contact a film crew
Yes.
to come here on the scene?
Yes.
People are looking already. What are you talking about?
No, to meet us at the build. You know what? Shut up. Fuck you. And I start charging towards the building.
I'm still in there. Oh my god.
I'm going. Fuck you.
Okay.
Good trouble.
so-
We'll figure it out.
I'm glad we spent so much time on this.
Thank you.
I'm enjoying that.
I am fucking boom, boom, boom. Big steps, doing a jog towards the.
So, driver, you're still like observing your partner outside. Is that right? If I understand correctly.
Yeah, I look at the huge fucking mech and I'm like,
Yeah, you don't
okay,
see
she
it
didn't
first.
tell me this was part of the plan.
You don't see it at first, but at first it's just like fucking Jurassic Park. Your glass of water is like rippling.
boom, boom, boom.
Then the fucking skeleton devil runs through.
I've got a jukebox inside of the thing, and I'm blasting really loud rock music.
Like it's like the boat from Disco Elysium.
Exactly.
And so the guards outside go, and some of them like begin firing, and with like plinking off this massive mecha. The others fucking run for their lives.
And as they go out, I tell Masterston to stick his head out the window and say, "The Stragoli send their regards."
The Struggalies send their regards, you communist scum!
And I fucking punch through the bottom floor of the building. I start wailing on this thing.
You aura-auraing it, the building?
Yeah, I'm aura-auraing the building. But I'm not actually trying to knock it down, I'm just trying to cause enough destruction that they focus on me.
Okay.
I think them focusing on you is inevitable.
Sorry, that they send their
What else
resources
do they
out to attack me. So they send all their resources to deal with me, is the point.
Okay, as you are doing this, you do see some. Well, driver sees it first. There's some glinting in the sky, like shining in the sky, and a second later, all these fucking what seem to be. Well, there's no other thing. The sky rains bullets down on everything, like at bullet speed, funking into the ground, funking into the top of the mecha, and basically the guards on the floor are killed as well. It's like everything in this block is suddenly hailed with bullets from above.
I put my bone arms up to shield them as if I'm shielding my eyes from the sun.
Okay, so with this as well, so there's a couple of guards in the drive-thru. Wait, what?
I know, right? What the fuck, dude? That is not okay.
How the fuck did you get to the drive-thru?
If a player ever did that to me when I was DMing, I would probably just end it all. Like, what the fuck?
What? Wait, what happened?
He's
Sorry.
in the drive-thru right now, in the middle of the
drive-thru.
session.
He's getting his
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
How the fuck did you do that? I'm just impressed, really.
Alright, I'm back.
That,
Did you fucking teleport?
He's using his phone, I think.
I'm on my phone. I've been on my phone.
I don't even
Oh
have
my God.
anything to say to that.
Okay. Right. Yes, there's a couple of guards who've bravely remained, and they're firing at the skeleton mecha. So, are we all entering combat? Drive you staying out of it for the time being, or?
Yeah, I'm sneaking in while the guards are distracted.
I'd like
So
to
there's-
open combat with an iconic line, if you would let me, Tan.
So first we'll do the order of the combat.
Sure.
There's 3 guards here. Guard 1. The Jojo will go first because you're in the fucking mech. Then it's Vasilii after the first guard, and then it's Masterson after the second guard, and then the third guard. So yeah, please open combat, Chelsea.
So,
By the way, bats in the building. You did feel the building shake as you're being taken on this bizarre fucking tour, but like shaking from far above. It feels like, not like right next to you.
What's he showing me right now?
I mean, he's showing all the new like employees they got, most of whom have been negatively affected by your past rampage and clearly do not like you.
oh dear. All right.
Oh, don't take it personally. The last guy we had round, I was giving him a tour, and in the end, no one liked him, but he was fine anyway. I've got him as my wallpaper in my house, but don't worry about it.
I kind of just keep my head down.
I love that you wanted to say
That's the idea.
wallpaper on my phone and then remembered we don't have cell phones.
No, I meant it. That's what I meant originally. Remember, King Creole doesn't let you die, so it's like having a TV for free. The facial muscles all still sort of move in interesting shapes. But anyway, let's go. Next, I'm going to show you where we keep our illegal cocaine. And meanwhile, we zoom back above.
As you know, these bullets are coming down. Presumably, these guards are coming out to face me. Like, what exactly
Yeah.
opposition-wise am I
There's
facing?
one like in the window, firing his pistol towards you, and the other 2 are down on the ground, firing upwards.
So I say, let's cut to the chase! Bone claws! And the fingers on the big skeletal hand sharpen, and I try to claw a chunk out of the building, like where the guy shooting in the window is, and rip it out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that guard 1 is the one in the window, so roll your attack against this poor man.
Do I use the mech stats or my stats?
Your stats, but based on the mech stats, if for an attack, I will give you an automatic advantage here.
Okay. So what do I need to roll?
So you're clawing at them here. Well, I'd say it's fucking overkill, to be honest.
Alright.
Everything you do in this is sort of overkill.
Kind of. A little bit. Alright, so roll 8d8, 4 and up. Whoops, sorry, I did it wrong. Hold on. Ignore that result. 86. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, and that will go against this poor man. And
Yep.
his,
What was he doing to react again, by the way?
He's going to try and dodge, which in this case will be his body and his wit.
Which in this case would be running across the hallway.
Yeah, so he's going to roll. Well, he's rolling a 4d6, so let's see how that works out for him. I don't think there's any actual physical way he can succeed at this, though.
Now it's just a matter of how fucked up he gets. A valiant
He is
effort.
annihilated from this plane.
Yeah, like fucking rip it out of the building.
The video slows down, it's about to hit him, and he's like, oh, here it comes. And he remembers everything that led him here.
Yeah.
He's like, why didn't I say yes that day? And then he's fucking obliterated.
Yeah, his to-be wife teared up at the altar, and he's like, I'm sorry, I gotta go do crime.
And she's sitting in like her room, and she feels like a flower petal go past. She's like, Johnny.
No! Johnny, be good! Alright, and I'm now, for reference, because this is important for my future actions...
And God one is now dead, if that's not clear enough.
I'm now holding this chunk of building in my, skeletal hand.
So you have seized it, okay.
Yeah.
And that goes... Now that guard 1 is dead, he, of course, will not take his turn, so it will go to guard 3. Who, weirdly enough, he doesn't seem to pull out a gun. He takes out he opens up... He picks up a discarded bullet from his gun and pops it in his mouth. And then as you are witnessing that, a second later, another hail of gunfire comes down from the sky.
Oh, so it's not coming from, a helicopter or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
And so this is going to be an attack against all 3 of you guys.
Is this guy like Upchuck from Ben 10?
That's a good point. That's
So
especially valid for me. I've been watching through Ben 10.
So he's going to strike against Vasilii, Chelsea, and Masterson here.
He can certainly try.
Well, he's going to... That's
How do we roll our reactions? Do I roll it as the mech?
Roll it as you in this case, because you're the one in the mech.
Alright, I'm doing a... Protect, I guess?
Okay, and Vasilii, how will you respond to this this hail, literally, of gunfire?
Wait, so all 3 of us are situated inside the mecha, though.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put the arms over the little slit in
Behind
the orb head to shield us.
Right, I'll shield all of you though, okay.
I mean...
So I'll say Chelsea goes first for this roll, and then, depending on the Chelsea result, the rest of you get an advantage to whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Sure. I don't really know. I've made everything weird by inviting this mech into the conversation. I won't do it again, I
series
promise.
season of Mecha.
Alright, I got 4 live dice.
Okay, and this is going to be a roll of a strike from this man.
This man?
This man. A strike in this case being, sorry to be a little bit, a strike being precision and power here. Precision and power. That'll be a 66 in this case. Holy shit, who is this guy?
We got even, which means I protect against him.
Yeah, so you hold your hands up desperately. So because it's even, I won't give you the advantage for the rest of them, but you manage to and protect. Let's say he protects you also, because obviously it doesn't make any sense if somehow they hit the rest of you, even with this.
Maybe you could say it scatters bullets in the arms, so that trick won't work again or something. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know how many bullets are coming at us, because eventually, they'll dig deep enough to break through the bone.
Well, there's a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
You can't have an exact count, obviously, but we go to Vasilii's turn at any rate.
I think that, these bones were not always in this monstrous form.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on,
So
let him cook.
Vasili activates his ability. He could, depending on where he's going, he could make sort of like a turret hole for him to, to fire some rocks, which might evolve upon impact back into grenades at this man. There's going to be manning a bone kaiju turret and firing on the guard.
Sorry, I don't understand what you did.
I have no clue what's happening.
You turn them into a gun?
So I think what he's implying is he had grenades that he turned into rocks, and he's making a hole in the structure, throwing the rocks and letting them turn back into grenades. But where did he get the
Yes,
grenades?
as if he were a turret. Yes.
Okay. Let's let him cook, I guess. Okay.
I guess we had grenades at HQ or something?
Well, he's done this trick a couple times, so I'll accept that you have a couple of rock grenades lying around.
Hey, we went back. There was a
You did come back and say, well, okay, here's all the stuff we got, so I'm going to accept that there were grenades.
I just imagine, like, every time we come back from missions, we go to the armory to get, like, ammo, guns, stuff, and every time Vasili's orders, like, 50 grenades. It's like, why do you need this?
Usual, please.
Hey, look, it's a reliable trick. I'm guessing this would be... What would this be, actually?
I have no fucking clue what this
Snipe, I guess, because you're trying to aim from 15 feet in the air?
So what is it that is being fired here? The grenades?
He's throwing a rock that will turn back into a grenade when it lands by him. But the implication is that he can throw a rock farther than a grenade when they'd be like
Vasili
the same.
would kick ass at Tears of the Kingdom.
I love Vasili.
So I'm guessing
I would say
snipe.
Snipe.
Okay. Then that will be luck and precision.
You have so much pluck.
And who is this being aimed at, by the way?
The guard who ate the bullets and
Okay.
had more bullets come down on us.
So Godfrey, but it's the bullet. So 1, 2, and he's going to try and leap out of the way of this. So he's going to dodge with his body and wit here. So yeah, he throws himself to the side. Rolls a 5d6. Let's see how that works out for him. Okay, so in this case, he does manage to avoid the grenade rock cannon shots. He does gouge out a pretty big swath of the street, though. And earn you the immense respect of Masterson, whose eyes glittering behind you. Oh, such ingenuity, my friend!
Yes, I was the wisest in my family, I like to say.
I can tell. Indeed, I was the strongest in mine. Why, perhaps we are kindred spirits. Oh, they're shooting at us. Hold on a moment. And as he says that, the second guard is firing a machine gun up at you, sort of crying out wildly. It seems that he has accepted that he is not long for this world, but he fires all the same because that is the human spirit. And he's gonna fire you with his body and pluck here, which is a 5d6. He's firing specifically at Chelsea, who clearly is in charge of the contraption, the thingamajig destroying the building.
So he's firing at me with a normal gun?
Normal machine gun.
Okay, my reaction is to simply, turn the orb part of the bone upwards so that he, instead of hitting into the slit, it hits, the bottom of the orb.
Right. I'd say maneuver for that, then.
Alright. Any advantages?
What have you done to earn them?
Have a big mech.
The big mech is the only reason this action is possible, so I don't know if there's an additional advantage.
Alright.
No advantages.
5d6, I got 3. Get on.
And he managed to just angle it up and as bits of dead bone marrow and pus slick down the throat of the mecha.
What a fool.
And with that, we go to Masterson's turn. As he steps, he foolishly, you must think he almost, you think he's about to leap out of the mech hedge, but he puts up one knee on the edge of it to pose heroically. He goes, "Ha ha! You should have known better than to meddle with us, the disgusting brothers."
This guy who watched more of Succession, finally.
Now, behold my stand. Firework! You ne'er-do-wells will pay. And we sort of see the perspective of it from very far away from their perspective because it's so far away they can't hear what he's saying. You will never again do crime in this world, my friends.
There's just sirens blaring and fires across the street.
Here it goes! Secret move! And he pulls a boxing glove out of his pocket, sort of deflated and floppy with a few scram bits. Myriad punches! And he hurls it at the enemy and it explodes like a shotgun blast of boxing gloves.
Beautiful. I love
As it goes.
Masterson.
as he goes for the guy with the the bullet in his mouth. So it's a strike from him, and a dodge from this gentleman. Fucking music. Wow.
Combat. The player. I see I've still much to learn from you, Masterson.
A lifetime of learning is a life well spent, my friend.
A lifetime of learning, and you still don't know how to play pool correctly.
It's called billiards, actually.
I'm literally going to strangle you in this mission.
It is
Silver.
called.
Here we go!
Actually.
Myriad punches! Ultimate technique! And he finally hurls the boxing glove. And the guy opposite tries to leap out of the way. And so let's see how it turns out. It's one success against... he dodges easily.
Masterson, perhaps you shouldn't have announced the attack to him.
But then how would they know what I was going to do?
They
Use
wouldn't.
your brain, little girl.
What did you just say? I'm debating.
That
Don't
was
worry,
really
it's my-
sexist, dude.
It's the 1970s.
You know what? I grab him with the other bone hand, and I.
He grabbed me!
Wait, actually, I couldn't tell what you said. Can you just repeat it just so I know?
He called me a little girl,
He called her a dumb broad.
basically.
I'm sorry, I did translate for New York.
All right. You know what? I'll wait till it's my turn to do it. My response to that.
Well, good news for you. It's not your turn yet. So the guy who's been sort of dodging and shit, sort of staggers back. He pops, and he doesn't pop a bullet into his mouth this time. He seems to take a little vial out of his pocket, gulps it down, and then leaps underneath the bus-stay up. As what seems to be some kind of acid begins raining down from the sky atop your skeleton, melting away at its head.
Ah, shit. That's not good. For my reaction, I look around me and I see that there is presumably like a bus or something, or like some sort of large vehicle.
You noticed it.
And I'm gonna grab it with my free hand and try to hold it over me like an umbrella to reduce the amount of acid hitting the structure.
Okay, so that's protect there, and I'll give it I won't give you an advantage because you had low protect on your mech rolls.
No worries. Speed, durability.
And that'll be against the overkill of this gentleman. Oh, actually, the cripple of this gentleman.
All right. That is 2 from me. 3 from him.
Yeah, it's not quite enough, unfortunately. You feel like, as you're holding the bus stop off, it seems to almost backfire. You feel the fingers of your mech break away first into little stumps, and then the bus falls down and conks it on the head, scraping away the top half of it, sort of exposing you guys.
Do I take a hit, or does that just compromise the mech somewhat?
It compromised the mech.
Okay. Fair enough.
So the advantages are nullified, basically, on that.
Fair enough. But we still have the arms and the legs, right?
You have arms but no fingers.
Well, I still have the fingers on the one that's holding the part of the building, yeah?
Okay.
Or do I? I don't know, I'm asking.
Need it.
Because how I had it is one hand had the chunk of building with the guy, and the other had the bus.
That's fine. Now you lose the fingers on one hand.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it either way. I was just
Watch out, Chelsea! It seems that they've destroyed the fingers on one hand using their secret technique.
The worst part of you saying...
Evil.
The worst part of you...
Poison rains down.
The worst part of this is I can't throw him out anymore. Because my hand is full. Oh, man. It's my turn, right?
It's your turn.
I wonder if Teng did that intentionally to keep you from discarding him.
So evil.
It was not intentional.
So the hand that still has the chunk of
Promise.
building in it, like she's feeling rage, like Vasilii can see the fucking vein starting to pop up on her forehead of dealing with this fucking idiot. She's like, why did I bring this goddamn asshole?
You
And
invited me.
She fucking grips hard up with the structure on that like chunk of building and fucking like slams it down on the guy who ate the acid, like just straight up like dunking it on him, like trying to smash a bug with something.
Okay, and he's gonna try. So you're gonna strike basically, and I'll give you an advantage because of your fucking rage.
Sure.
And he's gonna roll an overkill. Strangely enough, what does he mean by this?
I mean, you have to tell me what his reaction is.
Well, he's gulping down with a drop of that acid, and he's like a concentrated acid rain, like in a curtain of it in the path between him and the rock.
I got you. 8d6 from me. So that is with advantage. I got 3. Yo! Woo! We made it, boys.
Okay, and as he smiles to himself as he makes that curtain about it, like, nothing's ever made its way through my pure deluge. I've put you in checkmate, Skeletor. And then he sees the rock come through, and he's like, oh, and he gets fucking obliterated.
Paste. I've made him paste on the cement.
And the final guard, who does not seem to have any sort of standability or, at this point, a gun because he's dropped it, turns and runs.
Good decision.
Good decision indeed.
And driver, you of course all witnessed this all from the hotel window.
Oh, at this point, I've already gone inside the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I imagine that we flashed to him who's
I
already...
figured you never cut to me because we were going to do a thing where you
Okay,
continued walking them around and I just, like, appear behind them.
Yeah, or, like, I imagine he's, like, already in the building and, like, hopefully close to where our friend is.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yes, let's say you infiltrate the building then. So you might... This tour is not very subtle. So they're leading him around the building quite openly towards where all their sort of operations of, like... More like rubbing it in that they're at the fucking undo him. And finally, the final stop on your tour, Bats, it's a straight build right in the basement. It's sort of a circular building with... It's a weird way to... The only way I can describe it is a coliseum, basically. A lot of people in suits, some of them faces familiar, people who perhaps did not do well by you during your most recent activities. Your kit's down into the center of this coliseum, and across from you, in the shadows, is a big metal cage. Okay, so I got word from my guys upstairs. There's a little intruder thing going on. It's going to be dealt with quickly. But thank you for showing up, everyone. Christopher, you remember that I told you about going to die in the worst way imaginable and all that? Well, we've reached the end of the tour. Yay! So this is that. Okay? Do you have any questions or concerns?
Yeah, I think I missed some of the basement rooms. You want to go show me them again?
No.
Oh. All right, let's just get it over with.
Okay, well, you're free to believe that, but okay. I am very happy because I took a lot of expense. I did a lot to get this here to you because I thought it would be a little bit fun. Because I wanted to kill you in like a fun, playful way, you know?
No.
Okay, well, you're familiar with animals, right? You know what animals are. He seems to be genuinely asking you this.
Yeah, I've heard of a few.
I've been all around the world, and there are more animals than even cats and dogs are. And I found, well, maybe not, because this animal I found is like a cat. But it's big and yellow.
This is the stupidest villain we've ever had.
What the fuck is he even on
This
about?
guy is an intellectual powerhouse.
What does any of this mean?
Vasilei's like nodding like this guy gets it. So, without further ado, I present to you the guy I found in Africa, my friend, my special boy, Mbube, my pet lion, and his stand, also called Mbube. And essentially, he's now going to maul you to near death. After which, maybe I'll hang you on the walls of my fucking house. Who knows?
It has a stand? The lion has a stand?
You'll catch up. Let him out of the cage, please, so that he can wreak havoc. And the doors of the cage slides open, and a massive, like, regal-looking lion trots out. It's wearing, like, prayer beads. It's got angry-looking eyes, a massive mane, and it's floating behind it is a lion-shaped massive leaves and vines wrapped around itself with two massive sunflowers for eyes. There's no actual like limb, just sort of stubs. It floats sort of in the air as it goes.
So, this thing's just like a big cat, right?
Well, that's what they yeah, a very big cat. Have fun.
That's
I'm gonna...
nice.
Is it nice kitty?
A gulp.
I really like that we've gone into Scooby-Doo territory with this.
I posted a face claim for you, by the way, Tan, in case you guys weren't sure what he might look like.
Whoa, you did. Someone in Africa was a fan of Mbube. So it's sort of prowls around you, bats, glaring intently. It's clearly watching for any moment of weakness here.
Okay, I'm going to strafe it, and like gauge my stand reaction power meter while I'm slowly following this thing's pace.
You feel like your stando power has returned, so
perfect.
you can fight.
Where is Eduardo standing?
He's standing sort of at the top of this coliseum, like the head seat, with his big fucking stand right behind him.
Hold on.
Looming over him.
Dune, I have a question for you, because this could potentially be hilarious.
Yes.
So you stand, like, fires balls, and it's got, like, a cannon, right? But it's also, you've kind of worked as a sniper. Does it by any chance have a function that has, like, a red laser sight on it?
I would say no.
Damn.
Though that is funny.
I mean, the 1970s is a bit early for that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the color red is yet.
What?
Probably
They've
has
had
it.
laser sights back then.
Yeah.
We didn't know what laser was.
They only discovered the true laser sight decades
They only started
ago.
mining it in the 90s.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to...
Oh, never mind. Laser sights were invented in 1979.
Oh, we're a few years
Just a few
off.
years too early. Okay.
Damn.
Jack doubted me.
Apparently, the earliest prototype was back in the 1920s and 30s, which are focused beam flashlights for point shooting. This isn't important. Go on.
Okay, I'm going to just do the basic attempt to turn this lion's legs, his forelegs, into balls, overlaying both flat cannons on my hand.
So he just falls forward because he only has his two hind legs? That's amazing. Yeah. I love that. That completely disables a lion.
Okay, in reaction, it's just going to pounce towards you, going for your throats.
Oh. That's fun.
So perhaps I would say there's maybe an intercept on your part against its impulse, which is wit and pluck.
Okay. Let's see if the bat's luck can carry over with a break.
2.
Just barely.
2 versus 2, so you don't get... So you don't do damage, but you don't get hurt or anything either.
So yeah, you fire off the shots, misses, it pounces, but you manage to fall out of the way right before it would have latched onto your throat with its teeth.
Hold on, time out. Was it counterattacking?
It was leaping towards you.
Okay.
Not necessarily as a counter, just sort of its instincts kicked in, basically.
Gotcha.
And as you sort of manage to get away from its attack, it roars at you, deafeningly. And that's Baby's turn. So as he's roaring, he angles his head up towards the ceiling. The roar intensifies, and then that grass that's been beneath you this whole time you've been here, it sort of twinkles green, glows for a second, and strands of grass leap up like tendrils or tentacles to try and latch onto your hands and legs. So it's going to try and restrain you here.
Yes, I'm going to react by firing balls towards my towards the floor in an attempt to kind of propel myself out of the way.
Like a rocket jump?
Yeah.
Nice.
Not
Okay.
up in the air, but kind of like
you jump, shoot, and then the force of the shooting makes you go backward.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
a
maneuver
rocket
there.
jump.
Well, yeah, that's probably maneuver, so body and speed, I would say.
Okay.
Against its restraint, so it's a 3 you have to beat here. Okay, it's
right.
easily matched against this fucking lion.
The Battle of the Ages. Mbube versus Bats Bucco.
Should have had fucking 2 lions, man.
So it's a cloud of smoke, cartoonish almost, as you two get into this bizarre brawl. I can't figure out a neutral way would be resolved, and then you're standing across from each other. It's like the fucking Sims.
The lion's like, finally, a worthy opponent. I've been king of the Sahara for so long.
I was once king of the jungle before they brought me here to the urban jungle.
It's just a whole new jungle to conquer.
The prey simply changes shape.
Oh my
The
god.
taste remains the same.
Meat is meat.
Don't assume you're getting out of here alive. That was his inner monologue.
Can he talk? Can he talk through his stand?
No, but that's like.
I assume this is like Iggy from Part 3.
Yeah.
We zoomed into his perspective for a second.
Yeah.
So in between rounds, Driver, you are witnessing this fucking thing.
Right, but I've also seen Eduardo.
You do. He's sort of like at the head of this room, and you notice as well the guy next to him. The guy is slowly like also walking up and trying to like position himself behind Eduardo. A guy with like slicked black hair and a leather jacket on. He seems like subtly moving across the room as this whole thing is going on as well.
Interesting. I might have to see what he's playing at, because if he's on the same side as... If he's also trying to kill that guy, then I don't see any reason to stop him.
Okay, so you're just gonna hold off for the second?
Well, could you
I'm
record something maybe, and then just hide?
Yeah, I'll be recording this to see it, yeah. I can record some of those lions' attacks. But yeah,
Okay.
proceed, Tanhoney.
So yeah, Bats, it's now your turn against this lion. Actually, Bats, as well, before you do that, I would like you to make I need an intelligence roll here. Let's
Okay.
say you need to get 2 of this.
Wit and
What's
reason.
in? Wit and reason? Okay. Gotcha. Oh,
Never
God.
mind. Please proceed with your combat.
Okay. Fuck. All right. So I'm up against the walls of this Coliseum. What did the ceiling? What does the ceiling look like? Like where Eduardo's his box is standing over.
I'm looking to the ceiling above you, or like where he's positioned.
Like,
or...
is there some sort of like netting that's preventing me from just turning myself into balls and going up to where Eduardo is?
There's like this. He's like in a little box with some bodyguards and his own stand behind him as well. But there's like a net above the actual Coliseum here that's sort of keeping the lion from climbing up as well. So that might prove an obstacle.
That's what I figured. Okay, I'm going to point the Clash's cannons at me and turn myself into balls and manipulate them up to the net and turn my hand back specifically so I can have a grip on the net itself. And I think that would be my action for the turn.
Okay. In Mabube, in response, seeing these balls, these toys, even, leaps upon the largest of them to try and play with it in a rough way. So not a way you would appreciate. So it's gonna, again, it's gonna try and cripple here, which is the standard playing method of a feline. So power and wit.
That is true.
So it's rolling a 7d6. And I'd say yours is a finesse here, what you're trying to do. So I'd say roll finesse to see if you manage to do this maneuver.
Okay.
Please. I beg of you. I'm begging you. 1, 2. What has happened to that Billy look? 1, 2. It's gone nowhere. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. You managed to do it. You've got your hand on the nets. You've got the rest of you as balls. And Mbube is sort of jumping from ball to ball, trying to catch them and not succeeding. Yeah, so In anger, Mbube rears up again, roars once more, and this time the grass doesn't move, but like there's a shifting under the soil, and then a massive fucking tree bursts up like a spear towards where your hand is. That's to try and like impale your hand, basically.
Okay, I'm going to turn it back into the balls and just go for a simple dodge.
Okay, just a simple dodge there. Okay, and it's going to
Yeah.
try and neutralize here. So reason and power from Mbube.
How much reason can a lion possess?
Can the monkey defeat a man?
And what am I rolling?
Dodge here, so body and
Wit.
wit.
Gotcha.
You're like fucking Joe's like, what the fuck am I saying? Animals don't have any pride.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, the second as you were letting go of the net and about to become a ball, it spears right through your palm, this fucking tree, impaling it and leaving a big hole right in the center of your hand. So you do take a hit here.
Okay. All right. So for my turn, I'm going
I
to.
was going to say, just in between turns, we're going to pick up back with Driver here very quickly.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you do see that man with the leather jacket has positioned himself right next to Eduardo once more, and he's slowly reaching for his holster, Driver. One hand's reaching for his holster, the other's going inside his jacket pocket. It looks like his inner jacket pocket, like as if he's reaching for something there as well to sort of whip out at the same time. So it's up to you whether you want to do anything in this moment before whatever happens here.
It would be very funny to cuck him out of this kill.
Or do you want to, or what do you want to do?
I'm going to wait to see if Eduardo has anything prepared for this, because if Eduardo can, if Eduardo notices this guy and goes on high alert, then I'll have a chance to take him by surprise. But if this guy kills Eduardo, then problem solved.
That's smart. I like that.
Okay, so we're just seeing for the moment then, just let him cook. Right? If I understand correctly?
Yeah, I'll let you cook. I'll interrupt you when I'm ready to kill.
Okay, but you've got an interruption like in your back pocket then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so as Eduardo is clapping and sort of hooting at the ordeal that going on down below, where fucking Baz is fighting for his fucking life. This man,
Hang on just a little longer, Bats.
the man behind and the man that Bats knows as Davide whips out a gun with one hand, points it at the Eduardo's head, and with his other hand whips out what looks like some kind of badge, and he goes, "FBI, hands up!" And a few other people in the crowd, like people, bodyguards and people in suits, also stand up as well and point guns down at the people, the other attendees.
God damn it, cops!
Giant Bats, of course, you do notice this as well. But you, of course, are also distracted by the fact that, unfortunately, Mbube does not seem to be an FBI agent.
No FBI agents are gonna help him?
I feel like it's a cop seeing an animal. They're gonna open fire.
That's like Cop
Imagine
101.
Mbube, like, opens his mouth and there's a badge on his tongue. It's like, we've come to save you.
I'm not gonna let the fucking feds take this kill from me. And
Oh, God damn!
I materialize my body, still holding on to the net, and I'm going to use my Jojo strength to
Your resolve.
yes, my resolve to pull this net down from where I'm positioned in an attempt to make like the net's going to fall, but only from one side. So I'm going to kind of like swing in on a rope towards Mbube.
Okay, so you do this, you swing it hard, and it roars defiantly as you approach. What are we doing here?
As I'm approaching him, swinging on the net, I'm going to kind of like twist backwards and fire off just as many balls as possible into the air towards where the open air is, towards the box where Eduardo is standing. Kind of like I'm going to try to use the balls because he was reacting positively to them to like direct him towards Eduardo.
Nice.
Okay, so you're going for him, maybe, and as you're going for him, firing at Eduardo behind you.
Yes.
Okay.
He's trying to get the lion to chase the ball so it'll attack Eduardo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did I not communicate that?
Okay, I didn't understand that. Okay, I would say that's bamboozle, wit and menacing here against the impulse of Umbebe. Actually, no, he's just going to let whatever happens happen. So let's say you need a 2 here.
Yo, there's that bat's luck!
So as you fight, you see the light of reason in his eyes. He understands that on some level, he now has the opportunity to go after his captor. So he leaps past you very consciously.
You formed an alliance.
I imagine it's like a slow motion when he shoots the ball as the lion watches, and for a split second it resembles a gazelle and he remembers his life in the plains.
Such a man did exist once, didn't he? It leaps past and it's like, it does like a little nod to you before it leaps past you.
You've actually become friends with the lion. Holy shit.
The lion sleeps tonight.
And it seems that as a gun fucking shootout has erupted in this room, by the way, the FBI agents and mafia guys shooting at each other. There's a stand battle going on between Eduardo and Davide Gray. Davide's stand seems to be a small, like, pink fly that's like moving at incredible speeds to dodge the flurry of scrap claws from that is actually what Umbebe his stand is, basically.
Can we play that, please?
No, we can't. It's copyright.
Okay. While this battle's going on, I'm gonna drop down into the arena. I'm gonna grab bats, and then I'm going to summon Proto-Men, throw bats and myself on, and just fucking book it.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
we're driving off.
Driver, how you doing? I
Hey,
didn't expect you guys to actually come for my sorry ass.
Couldn't leave you behind, buddy. Sorry I took so long. I needed to make sure this would go off flawlessly.
Hey, it's fine. I made a friend.
I can tell. I cannot believe that happened.
We're recruiting Mbube to Good Trouble Africa Division.
Can we replace Masterson with him?
Unironically?
Please. God, please.
Can we?
Well, let's see how things pan out.
How many T-bone steaks do we have in our inventory?
Okay, so you're making your escape here. You're just leaving the situation behind and running for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to swish back upstairs to your big skeleton. Fucking Chelsea.
That is my name.
So yeah, it's standing amidst the devastation of this building. Like one half of it is pretty much like collapsed in at this point.
Yeah. And my point was never to like fully demolish it. Like once I'm sure that Driver's inside, I'm basically going to collapse the bone structure and hope that like the dust and rubble of the fight will be enough to sort of hide us there. But I want to try and go in too to help. But I assume at that point they would already be on their way out.
Yeah, as you start to go down, I fucking, like, drive up and use, like, a staircase as a ramp, like, fly through the fucking air, land on the ground, do the classic Akira slide. And I look over at Chelsea, Vasilii, not Masterson. I don't look at him. And I say, I've got bats. We need to go now.
Slugger! And she, like, visibly relaxes seeing him again. She's like, I'm glad you're okay. I
meant now. We need to go.
I quickly construct the bone sidecar and hop in.
Jeez, the structural integrity of these mob hideouts. Who's their fucking architect?
So
I brought you something, by the way, because I figured you might be injured, and I reach into my suit pocket, like where I put something before, and I produce some.
And you give him a Scooby-Doo Band-Aid.
I was gonna say I take out a bottle of painkillers and I hold it out to him.
So please relate to me. 'Cause I'm
React.
not clear, like who's in the sidecar and who's in like the actual proto-bed at this point.
So I
There's a lot of
assume
people
Regent and
involved.
I are in the sidecar. They're in the motorcycle, and we don't give a fuck about Masterson.
Masterson's running after you.
Yeah.
And Masterson is a valuable member of the team with a box.
Exactly. But
Masterson
don't worry, I do cardio.
Masterson has like a shitty bone scooter and is holding on to the side of the sidecar. Like a little skateboard.
Bats notices Masterson behind him. Fuck, you brought Armstrong?
I came to
It
save
wasn't
you,
my
friend.
decision.
I came to save you, my friend Katz.
It's a decision I immediately regretted, but I wanted all hands on board to get you back.
What the
Hell
fuck did
yeah.
he do?
Not much, to be
thought
honest.
I revealed my secret move.
In my defense, I was not in the right state of mind because I was really worried about you, but you're back, and that's all that matters, and we're getting the hell out of here.
Indeed. Don't
To be
worry.
fair, he probably took a few bullets away from you.
That's true, he
Exactly.
did. You know what? You're a
In fact,
great
I've been
bullet,
shot
son.
several times. He lifts up his shirt to reveal bullet holes in his abs.
Oh my god. I
And
take.
yes, you mock me.
You should probably share the painkillers with him.
I don't need
That's-
them. My body naturally produces testosterone.
I hate him so much.
I'll give him them anyways. I don't need that modern medicine shit.
Thank you. He eats them, box and all.
She's definitely a little bit hurt by that, but she's like, yeah,
But
yeah.
hold on,
cool,
he took
cool.
all of the painkillers?
So he's dead?
Don't worry, they're
We'll
too weak
celebrate
for
once
me.
we get back to headquarters. We're still not out of the
Like
clear
a
yet.
true gentleman.
Dude, if he doesn't die, he's gonna be shitting blood for the rest of the week.
I have blood to spare. But, yeah,
Look.
so your little gang is making its way down the streets. You feel like you're breathing the first fresh air you've had in quite a while now. And, yeah, so as you are about to turn the corner, you do suddenly see something at the corner of your eye, Chelsea. There's like a spark of yellow electricity that spreads across the road, and then like coats your sidecar, and you hear a voice from far behind go, "Sunlight yellow, overdrive."
Oh, shit.
And then your sidecar disintegrates, and you and Vasilii fucking fall off and knock Masterson off in the way.
Hold on, how fast
That's
were we
not-
going when we fall off
Pretty
onto the
fast.
asphalt? Should we, like, take
You
damage
have a
or roll
hot
to
kiss with
try
this
and
baby.
react to that?
I'd say you have to try and react to that, though. Yeah, I'll say Masterson's giving it, gets it because he gives a fuck about Masterson.
I assume, like, it's very quick between the attack and, like, the car being destroyed, and then there's just, like, a brief moment where there's open air, and it's like you're about to die, or you're gonna have to find a way to recover from this. And I think, what she does is, because, fuck, I don't have that much bone, if any, with me, is she's going to try and, she doesn't want to, but she materializes, Ludo, and it tries to basically catch her before she fucking smacks onto the ground.
Okay, so that's a roll for protect there. You want to get a 1 for this, at least.
All
It's a pretty simple roll with stands, but just as a formality, we have to do it.
Sure. As a formality until I fail and eat shit and die immediately.
Let's let you have a hot kiss on this pavement.
Until my face is permanently fucked up. Whew! Made it.
Okay, then Vasilii, how will you protect yourself from the hot kiss with Miss Pavement?
So we're just, it's like it's regular road pavement, right?
Yes.
I think, perhaps, as he's called a Gesundheit, I don't know who sneezed.
That was me, sorry, I coughed.
I think as Vasilii is midair, he'll summon fade into you, and he'll try to do a mix of that thing where it's like overlapping his body, and also also have his fists try and like make contact with the road, the part of the road where he's going to land on, and convert into a softer, older dirt.
Oh, like tar? That works too. That's pretty cool. Good trick.
Okay, I'd say that's a maneuver there then.
A maneuver that
And again, it's a 1 you want to get
he
here.
bought.
Pretty simple for you.
Okay.
Don't eat shit, okay?
Yeah, easy peasy. You land in your soft pile of dirt. And Maximilian Masterson goes, "Ooh!" and just rolls wildly as he falls. He can't learn to drive!
Actually, he doesn't feel it at all because of all those painkillers. He's fine.
A Gmod ragdoll for a second.
my God, that man is a principal.
I'm gonna slide to a halt and look back at the Hamon user. This is the same one I
Yeah,
fought
he's-
before, right?
Standing, this massive man standing on the other side of the road. I'm impressed you all survived. Seems you really do have what it takes.
Is this Widow's Peak guy?
I crack my knuckles and I say, I was hoping for a rematch with you, but I look back at Bats. I imagine you want to get out of here ASAP, right?
Yeah, I'm just fucking frozen because I know who this guy is, vaguely. And
The guy who got you, yeah.
I remember what he did to me last time that got me in this situation. So I'm kind of like speechless, not really doing anything right now, just locked up.
So this isn't Micah Jag. This is the guy that grabbed him the first time.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I put proto men around me as armor, and I look at Bats and I say, you get in contact with the Speedwagon Foundation. They'll send O to rescue you. We'll take care of this bastard.
Worry not. I have no desire for extended bouts. I've simply come to deliver a message from my fellow angels.
Fellow angels?
And here I thought they were called Better Angels.
Bats is gonna re-energize himself, and hearing this guy's involved with the angels, he's kind of gonna put himself back in the game here.
That man, he points towards Bats. Before I handed him off to that common crook, I extracted information using my Hamon. Right now, our organization is in possession of the coordinates of Good Trouble's headquarters.
Oh,
You got that from me?
We did indeed.
How? That's bullshit.
I imagine this Hamon allows you to extract information psychically, correct?
Precisely.
So what you're saying, Tan, is that we've been burned?
Maybe.
Do you know?
I don't even. How do you even get that information from me? I don't even know where the headquarters is located.
You have memories of going back there. We simply traced them.
God damn it.
Worry not. We have no desire to needlessly expose our indentured colleagues. Sort of spreads his arms wide.
Indentured? How
Yeah.
dare you?
Who are you?
That wasn't in
Who are
Bats'
you?
memories. He wasn't relevant enough. No.
I didn't meet you last time. Hello. Anyway,
Are you new?
we have no desire to needlessly expose this information. Tell your masters that, should they be willing to negotiate with us, we'd be happy to dispose of all records pertaining to Good Trouble. If they do not, however, both the White House and the Kremlin will be receiving notice of your activities before long.
So we haven't technically
What?
been burnt yet.
That's it? You're not gonna fuck us up or anything?
I've gotten
Just a
what I
mess-
need from you. There's no more purpose to my being here.
Hold on. How do we even know you're being honest? You could be making that up. Do you have proof you know where it's at?
He rattles off a series of numbers.
Ooh,
You don't know if that's true,
sounds-
but
You know that sounds scarily accurate.
yeah.
I think,
He tells you exactly
I
what
look over at Chelsea and I say, he wouldn't have come all this way just to bluff. If he's doing this, he's serious.
That's a good point.
I think
kinda-
takes up a fighting stance, fists raised, and he says, "You expect us to let you go after you tried to smash our bodies against the roadside?"
If he wanted us dead, he would still be trying to kill us now.
You're free to try and stop me, but it's meaningless.
No. Vasilii, or Regent, I don't think it's a good idea to fight this guy. Not because he's too strong or anything, but these better angels, probably best if we wait and see what kind of information we can get on them.
But you know something about his organization?
No, I don't, but I'm saying if they want to negotiate, then that's how we learn more information. I mean, all the guys we've encountered prior to this point,
one thing I'd like to say, this isn't a negotiation. It's a threat, isn't it? And I look over at him.
You have a keen understanding. That's correct.
I want to
Well,
move.
my point is, everyone else came in guns blazing. This guy hasn't. So
He
there's
tried
no need
to kill us
endanger
just
ourselves.
moments ago.
And now he's not. We could head back to headquarters, tell Neil, and get this sorted out.
Are we just gonna say everyone we know's like real names to this guy in front of
He's
us?
like noting things down and notepad.
You've already outed 2 names. Like, chill out there for a second, Slugger. Hold
Well,
on.
I didn't actually say Vasilii because I still don't know his name.
Regent, and you.
I think
said
we're
Regent.
just saying the names because we see it on Discord and we're just like, it's like we all of our code names aren't our nicknames on Discord.
All right. I'm gonna. As soon as I was caught, my stand like disappears, and I'm moving protectively over to Bats. And I'm just like, all right, you've said your piece. Now go.
Absolutely. If the message is understood, there's no more need for me to be here. He turns and begins. It looks like at first he's walking into the wall, like next to him, but you realize like he's walking into the shadow of the building opposite, basically.
Oh, that's fucking
As if he's-
cool.
As like a black mist sort of goes to cover him. You go back to your masters, and I will go back to mine. That's the only thing brutes like us are good for. And then the shadows cover him. He's gone.
I nod to him, and I'm gonna turn to Regent because he wasn't there for what occurred. And I say to him, I know you found out about the better angels with us back at that place in Russia, but when you were away on your mission in Antarctica, we ran into
Very
one of them.
important mission.
What?
A very important mission.
Right. I'm
Indeed,
not trying to
it's
guilt
secure
trip
the
you.
future of the free world.
I'm just trying to catch you up to speed. We were attacked by a stand bigger than anything I've ever seen, and it fired this giant laser at us that nearly did in Driver and the Angler. My point is,
Who's the angler?
My point is,
Indeed, a mysterious name.
I give up. I'm done.
No, please continue. I'm sorry.
I'm okay. Let's move.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
please.
no, I'm on Chelsea's side. You don't need to explain this.
Yeah,
What
I
were
was
you
just
about
going
to
to.
say?
I was just trying to make the point that they're not to be fucked with, but I'm done. Let's move on.
But that was a very confusing story, Vulture.
My point was the better angels have a lot of firepower, so right now we're better off not trying to antagonize them, at least until we know more about what's going on with them.
So you're saying they're for power in this Cold War.
Indeed. I would actually go as far as to say that, yes. That's how strong they are. What I saw out there in the, I'm going to say Atlantic Ocean, was crazier than anything I've ever experienced. It was just, it was like the hand of God come down.
Right. Okay.
That was it. Sorry.
I was expecting a follow up.
Wait, did something cut out?
No, I was just saying it was scary, so let's not fuck with them.
Oh,
If you're wondering why this episode has been so awkward, it's because you see there was a week hiatus.
Okay. Well, as you are all recovering from whatever that was, you do hear like footsteps padding on the tarmac behind you. Behind
turn
you
and look.
specifically. You see a large feline walking down the pavement casually, as though it's a dog on a walk.
Baby.
And it's holding, like in its mouth, the brutalized corpse of Eduardo Prezzoni.
The FBI didn't want him.
Now this Bats is gonna approach the lion with his arms outstretched. Who's a good boy? And I'm going to take a rubber ball from my pocket and kind of toss it up into the air.
It catches it.
Have we dogified this cat?
I
This
think
fucking lion.
It gives you the corpse, like a cat giving a dead mouse.
I ruffle his mane, and I check to see if this corpse is still alive or if this is an actual corpse.
He's mega dead.
Okay. This
I'm-
fucking bastard. You know, when I first started working for the mob, he wasn't shit. He was barely around. Now he runs the whole organization from that family.
Well, now he doesn't run shit.
I think
Yeah, there's
Vasily,
probably gonna be a big power vacuum. It's like a fight.
Not our problem.
I think Vasily, taps Vulture on the shoulder and says, "Is this something I missed while I was gone, also, or?"
I don't know. We were in the same place for this part of the adventure.
So, what are we gonna do with this big guy here? And I point to Mbube.
I guess that's his decision. You want to come with us to speak Good Trouble HQ?
Somehow the lion shrugs.
Okay. We can just take him with us then.
It seems like a whatever shrug.
Shouldn't we take him back home to his planes?
What? I want to add something retroactive. I just thought of. Instead of that, when Vasily taps Vulture, he asks, "Is this the angler?"
This is...
It nods.
No, the angler was... Never mind. I'm not talking anymore.
It looks to you when you say angler. It seems like it now thinks that that's its name.
That's not... Your name is Mbube.
It nods.
Vulture. Why do you think he came from the jungle? I mean, some lions are born in zoos.
I don't know, but... I just get a feeling...
Like I said, it's his decision. If he wants to go back to the plains, whatever.
I take 2 balls, and I make one slightly larger than the other, and I sit down in front of him. I go, "Here, the jungle, and that's the larger one, or us, and that's the smaller one. You pick."
It takes the smaller one.
All right, then. Welcome to the
He
team.
eats it.
This is my new favorite NPC companion. We never need Masterson again.
We finally got rid of the fucking demiurge, and we got this cool lion instead.
Finally, he lasted half a session.
The lion, whose nickname also coincidentally is God of the Jungle, aka God.
I am the king. I am the god. I am the lion.
If you call him God, I'm just going to start picturing Dog and God from Fallout New Vegas.
We seriously got to get out of here, though. I mean, we're standing in the middle of New York fucking city with a giant lion, and we're all banged up.
Yeah, let's move.
As he says, we're all banged up. I'm standing there completely fine because I have not gotten into a single fight this entire session.
Yeah, driver's fine.
Yeah, actually, the only one banged up here is you, I think, in Masterson.
I'm all banged up.
I know. Let's get you home,
Let's
buddy.
just go.
I'm gonna put an arm around him as we take him back to Sergeant O.
Jeez, we were pretty lucky back there with the feds, huh? You guys know about that? I know Driver and I saw it.
The feds were there?
Yeah,
As you say that, you do hear police sirens in the background.
I wish you had told me that. I kind of made a big scene earlier.
All right, well, we got to get out of here.
Oh, this is bad. We gotta get
I
out
was
of
just
here
saying
now.
that the brick wall does slide open and a panicked sergeant opens out going, "We need to go. We need to go right fucking now. We're in a bit lunchable. We need to go.
I have never heard you swear before.
We need to fucking go.
I haven't sworn like this since I demoted myself to Sergeant.
I haven't gone like this since the Havoc Moon game." He says that even though it's not happened yet. Non-linear being.
A lot of people have been predicting the future in this
I
session.
mean, could he have made a tunnel to the future and visited?
The ultimate evolution of his stand.
Yeah.
I think that's like the
following the
Requiem
rules,
version.
a tunnel to the future would take the same amount of time, so it just means that you wouldn't experience that life.
Inside a tunnel.
I'm going to rush into the tunnel, but I'm going to grab hold of Mbube and see if he'll let me ride him.
He absolutely lets you ride him.
Oh.
All right, boy. Take us back to HQ.
He charges down the tunnel.
All right, good ending. I
Yeah,
drive
we-
into the tunnel.
We go down the tunnel, we zoom down it until there's like a flicker, until both just a flicker of light at the end of the tunnel, and the wall slides shut to the brick wall, leaving the devastation behind. It's not a nice day for the people of New York.
Not our problem.
It's never a nice day for the people of New York. Just wait till
It's like
40
the end
years
of the
from now.
fucking Mario movie.
I've not seen the Mario movie, but I'll take your word for it. This exact thing happened.
You haven't seen the Mario movie yet? Go do
Pretty
that.
much, it was pretty much exactly this, Tan. Not joking.
Bowser just came through and just wrecked shit.
And there was
Big
one
Big
lion,
spoilers
the
for the
mob
Mario
there.
movie, by the way.
Oh, whatever. It's the Mario
And
movie.
with
Wait,
that,
so
we
wait, so in the Mario movie they encountered a Jojolion.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
oh fuck! This is the Jojolion.
This is part 8.
can that be his name, Jojolion?
Jojo.
Please.
Yeah.
We have to get rid of his fucking original god-given name and name him this fucking meme reference.
He's Mbube, the Jojolion.
Are we doing base downtimes, or are we opening with that next time?
It might be best to open with that next time.
All right. Whew. All right. Well, thank you
You said
guys.
this was going to be a longer session today. This was the usual.
This was the
thing.
exact same
Yeah,
amount
sorry.
of time.
We did. I thought some situations would take longer than they did. That's my fault. That's on me.
I beat
You
the lion
fucking
too
lied
quickly.
to us. It's time for the double session.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.